Welcome to another episode of Pooches at Play. We've got lots happening, haven't we, Mel?
We've got lots to share on behaviour, health and grooming.
And so much more. And this is little Mia and Monty joining us right now, but don't worry, Darcy and Vindy will be along soon.
They just can't be in the same room, ever.
All dogs have some level of prey drive, but it does manifest differently depending on the dog breed. Prey drive is an innate instinct in dogs, inherited from their wild wolf ancestors to hunt and capture prey. It's a powerful force that motivates dogs to chase, catch, and sometimes even retrieve objects. Being terrier crosses, both Darcy and Vindy have a really high prey drive, as do other breeds like Aussie Shepherds, Border Collies, Hounds, Retrievers, Spaniels, and Pointers, for example. Without proper outlets, this energy can manifest in excessive barking and destructive behaviours like digging and chewing. So channeling your dog's prey drive in constructive ways will promote a happier and healthier dog. And happier human too, by the way. Interactive games like fetch, tug of war and hide and seek tap into that natural instinct while working their brains and their bodies. Food can be a powerful motivator for dogs with a strong prey drive, so using food puzzles, treat dispensing toys or scatter feeding will stimulate that hunting and foraging behaviour. This not only satisfies their instinctual needs, but it also promotes problem-solving skills and prevents boredom, doesn't it, mate? Yes. Rotate the toys, create obstacles and increase the complexity of games to help keep them challenged and entertained. Treats are excellent high-value rewards and can form part of the challenge too. In a treat treasure hunt, for example, make sure you check out Darcy demonstrating this on the Pooches at Play website. Though make sure use treats in moderation to prevent overfeeding and maintain a balanced diet. They shouldn't make up more than 10% of their total daily calorie intake. I find the VitaPet pocket trainers are really nice and small, and sometimes I even chop them up a little bit smaller to stretch out the fun. That's not fair though, is it? Remember, consistency, positive reinforcement and patience are essential for successful training, whilst providing your dog with enriching experiences that satisfy their prey drive in positive and constructive ways. And it also helps to reduce those unwanted behaviours. Check out the VitaPet treat range and other helpful tips and advice on their website. Duncan, what exactly is osteoarthritis and some of the signs and symptoms?
Right, well, osteoarthritis is a disease of joints, and it's a disease where the tissues of the joint degenerate. All of the tissues can be involved, and they kind of break down over time, and it's important because that process of the tissues breaking down can be associated with pain, and that's what's negatively impactful.
How does it start?
That's a great question. So osteoarthritis usually has an initiator.
Yes.
So in young dogs, it could be developmental disease.
Yes.
In older dogs, it could be trauma or some sort of damage to the joint.
Yes.
And then there are what we call accelerators. So factors, things that are present that may accelerate that process of degeneration, such as maybe carrying too much fat or not having the right exercise.
What are some of the things that you particularly look for?
One of the best ways to identify the presence of osteoarthritis pain is to look at movement.
Yeah.
How much movement, how dogs perform the activities of daily living, as we refer to them, like walking,
Yes.
going up and down stairs, just getting up from a lying down position. It's those sorts of things. As they become odd or difficult, or dare I say it, they're not even being done,
Yes.
then that's when we've really got to pay attention, because osteoarthritis pain may be present.
So it does happen in younger dogs too, doesn't it?
It does. And we mentioned earlier that one of the initiators of osteoarthritis is developmental disease, things like hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia. So osteoarthritis is initiated and present in younger dogs. It's just more difficult to identify the signs of pain. What happens is they can have significant pain from osteoarthritis, but they're working hard to avoid that pain. They'll show odd butt wiggles, you know, swinging the butt from side to side.
Yeah.
Or they'll have other adaptations to try and avoid the pain. Chronic pain, persistent pain is a big driver of many, many behavioural problems.
Yes. How do we look at treatment?
An effective analgesic, we want to really control that pain, not necessarily lifelong, and then an appropriate exercise regime.
Yes.
You know, exercise is good.
Yes.
It's good for all of us. And so appropriate exercise regime, optimising weight.
Yes.
You know, many dogs are a little overweight and we need to get that weight off. Okay, they're a lot overweight. We need to get that weight off. There's less weight on the joints, less inflammation. And then diet and supplements. I think my approach is to try and move towards less pro-inflammatory
Yes.
and more anti-inflammatory type diets and
Yes.
supplementations.
Yes.
And I think what you should be looking for are supplements that are supported by science.
Yeah.
And here's, I think, the important thing is science that looks at what happens when you administer that supplement
Yes.
to a real patient.
Yes.
Not just the idea that if a supplement contains something,
Yeah.
oh, it might well be good, but that supplement given to a real patient,
Yes.
do you see the benefits?
Yes. And can you access that clinical research and just where's the results? as well?
Absolutely. Is there transparency in the whole process? Yeah.
Lovely. All right. Well, thank you, Duncan.
You're very welcome, Lara.
All right, Das. What do you reckon? Time for your muscle building
look at that.
exercises? Have we woken you up, have we? Thank you. To learn more about Antinol Plus and how it can support your pet's joint health, visit antinol.com.au. Canine heartworm is found in all mainland states and territories of Australia. It can be transmitted when a female mosquito feeds on your dog's blood, and prevention is far better than cure when it comes to heartworm. I caught up with dog guardian Eileen, who has experienced this firsthand with her rescue dog Bonnie. Eileen, how did Bonnie and Clyde come into your life?
I adopted them from the RSPCA about 2.5 years ago. They were a part of a puppy farm raid, so I got them together.
Bonnie already had heartworm. You knew that, didn't you?
She did, yeah. So I actually went in to meet Clyde, and they were in together because he was a bit of a stress monkey, and so she was in to keep him calm, and she just crawled into my lap. So I had to have her, and because of our heartworm, no one had applied for her, so I came home with 2.
And so she was asymptomatic, well, you thought at the beginning. Tell us a little bit about the symptoms, sort of once it became a bit of a problem.
Yeah, look, she was just very timid. I mean, she's a Chihuahua, she's naturally quite timid,
Yes.
but just very lethargic. She didn't want to play at all with him. I just thought it was just kind of her personality, but no, it turns out she's actually very energetic, very playful, quite a sassy little thing. So it just, she managed it quite well, and that she just wanted to be in her crate,
Yes.
be on her own. You know, that was her quiet time, but that was really her trying to cope with the disease, yeah.
Treatment can be quite dangerous for heartworm. What was your experience? How did you feel?
I was very stressed about it because she's, you know, hadn't had her long, but she's my little angel.
Yeah.
It just not knowing, having to sort of make sure she stayed calm.
Yes.
He just wanted to play with her, so having to just not allow that. It was just really stressful. I was just terrified that, you know, she was just going to drop dead from a heart attack from it. She just wasn't herself. She was just miserable. I was miserable. Didn't realise until we got the all clear just how stressful it had been on me. Yeah.
And because the heartworms with the treatment, they can do a lot of damage to the rest of the body.
Yeah, so it doesn't just affect the heart. She could have ended up with heart attack from it, stroke from, you know, something, the blood vessels burst, all sorts of neurological issues.
Yes.
So it's serious, it's nasty, and it's just, it's a horrible disease.
What would be your message to, you know, pet parents out there saying, oh, I don't need it, it doesn't matter?
It's just not worth the risk.
Yeah.
It's a horrible disease. She barely had symptoms, but I know how stressful that was.
Yes.
It is just not worth it to go through that, to have, you know, a dog that you love and care for. They're a part of our family.
Yeah.
When it's as simple as a monthly preventative treatment, it is just not worth it. Prevention is definitely better than cure.
Especially in the case of heartworm. All right, you two, I think it's time. You're itching to go. We're going to go for a walk, eh?
Okay, are you ready?
To help ensure your dog is protected from heartworm and all the other important parasites, including fleas, ticks and intestinal worms, choose NexGard Spectra.
As both a pet owner and veterinarian, I understand the stress and anxiety that our furry friends can experience when it's time for something new, like a trip to the vet. With all the learning and new experiences that puppies face, we need to be really aware that emotions and stress can actually affect gut health by disrupting the balance of bacteria, particularly for puppies. Their gut microbiome is still working itself out, and it's therefore far more sensitive to external stresses. Just like in humans, we're now starting to understand the vital role of the gut-brain axis and how stress on the body can lead to digestive issues and even affect the immune system. That's why I generally recommend the use of a quality gut health supplement for puppies. Studies have shown that certain gut health supplements can help reduce the severity of gastrointestinal issues. caused by stress, such as diarrhoea and vomiting. Additionally, a healthy gut microbiome has been linked to a stronger immune system, which can help puppies' bodies better cope with immunisations and surgery, like neutering. Plus, starting puppies on a gut health and inflammation management program early in life can create the building blocks for good digestion, nutrient absorption and overall health in their adult years. Now, we've mentioned vet visits and stress a lot here, but visits to us don't need to be stressful, and in fact, we prefer that they're not. Firstly, dogs are acutely aware of our emotions, so it's essential to stay calm and composed before and during vet visits. Create a positive association with your vet by taking along treats and toys, and visit the clinic's reception staff outside of appointments for short positive experiences. At home, get your puppy used to formal clinical handling by touching them all over, handling their paws, inspecting their ears, teeth and eyes. Use calming aids like an adaptable pheromone collar or spray, and always reward calm and relaxed behaviour. Setting your puppy up for success in terms of both vet visits and good gut health will help to create a confident, happy and healthy adult. The Inside Out Treatment Support is a postbiotic formula containing not only pre and probiotics, but also important digestive enzymes, active plant extracts, minerals and other immune balancing ingredients. To learn more about EAC's Inside Out Formula Treatment Support, visit eacanimalcare.com.
If you're planning on celebrating your pet's birthday or their gotcha day, then check out the range from the Petstock Foundation. They've got everything you need, plus all profits go towards the empowering work that the foundation does. Let's go shopping, boys. Yeah, you might get a treat if you're lucky. Maybe. Let's start with something for the birthday boy or girl to wear. If you know the date of your pup's birthday, you could get this birthday hat and bandana box. How cute is that? But don't worry, if you have a rescue dog, they've got this really cool It's My Gotcha Day bandana. But if your party is going to be a little more formal, I like this one, the birthday bow tie. I think that's for you. But of course you want to keep guests entertained, so the boredom buster mats are really good for this. I often recommend these to dog and cat owners because the licking motion when they're licking the food or the treats off there can help soothe them. It's really good for anxiety, stress, even boredom, and to slow down those fast eaters. Now boys, how many do we need? How many guests are we thinking? I think there's 5, isn't there? I see a pink one. We'll get Izzy a pink one, shall we? Yeah, we'll grab those. Cool. Right. What's next? Oh, I know what's next. Let's not forget those guests that could be a little bit anxious. I have this nervous give me space bandana for Vindy on our walk so that people don't lean over and pat him. Darcy, on the other hand, is definitely an I love pats dog. Of course, we need some gifts for those guests, and how cute are these Australian native toys? They've got recycled plastic bottles inside to make a little noise, plus a squeaker. Darcy's going to go mad. 100% of the profits from these go to the Petstock Foundation, as do all the Petstock Foundation products. All right, boys. Ooh, you're going to love that one, Darcy. I think we better get one of each. Let's go. Ooh, we're going to need a bag, boys. This is fun. Oh, hello. I think I'm going to need a bag. In fact, I'm going to take them all for gift bags. Of course, puppy parties need poo bags. It's a must, mandatory. Thank you. Remember, every purchase of the Petstock Foundation products goes towards empowering pets and people. But don't just wait for their birthday to get them some. Celebrate your pet's unconditional love every day. Needless to say, birthday boy Darcy clearly enjoyed being the centre of attention, being the doggy diva he is. But I reckon he enjoyed that lick mat more. As for Vindy's girlfriend Frankie, well, she was not leaving the party until every last morsel of food was gone. To learn more about the great work of the Petstock Foundation and its partners and projects, visit their website. As a Petstock Rewards member, if you purchase any participating brand of premium dog or cat food, including Big Dog, they'll give you 15% brand cashback to use the next time you shop for the same brand, even if it's on promotion. T's and C's apply. Visit the website for details. Chronic kidney disease is something that we find often in cats, but Nicole, what about for our dogs?
Yeah, it is quite common in cats. About 1 in 3 cats will suffer from kidney disease in their life. Dogs is still happening. So it's 1 in 10, so a bit less, but it's still there. So definitely something to think about.
And what are some of the most common causes for it?
So for our dogs, the most common cause would be age, wear and tear on the kidneys. So over time, just that impact and inflammation. I think also chronic diet changes. So if you have a highly processed diet, that can potentially cause inflammation in the body, diet imbalances. So if you've got too high calcium, phosphorus, things like that. Some dental disease that can impact the kidneys. It's a flow-on effect. And then also the environmental toxins, actually, synthetic fragrance, toxic pesticides in the garden, they can actually impact the kidneys too.
A lot going on there. So what are some of the most common signs for people to be looking out for, or can they tell?
Yeah, so common signs are similar for a few different diseases. We have increased thirst, so wanting to drink more, increased urination, urinating.
Is it drinking more?
They can get some vomiting and diarrhoea from the build-up of toxins in the body. They can actually be a bit lethargic and weak just by, again, the toxins making them not feel great, and sometimes actually see some poor skin because they're just not detoxifying their blood very well.
So that is why, and because that is pretty common with a lot of diseases, is that why we should be getting regular blood tests?
Absolutely. So other than monitoring their water intake changes, really blood tests is absolutely so important. So I think definitely annually from the time they turn 7, because until you're sort of looking for a change in blood levels, because once they've reached over the high limit, you're talking about kidney failure. And you need 75% of kidney function to be gone by the time you show that. So it'd be nice to be able to preempt that rather than wait for something bad to happen.
So what are some of the treatments then for dogs with chronic kidney disease?
So if they're in kidney failure, we'll put them on a specialised diet.
Yes.
If they've elevated phosphorus levels and some other changes, you might have them on some special medication.
Yes.
And sometimes we even need to put them on fluids to manage their fluid balance because they just get so dehydrated with it.
If someone's got an ageing dog out there, or they're noticing their dog increase you drinking a bit more or going to the toilet, what are some of your top tips to, if you can, as early as possible, get on top of looking after their kidneys?
So for me, everything starts with diet. Yeah, and that's with most chronic diseases. So I always recommend a balanced real food diet. I love a balanced raw diet. I'm really excited. I know Big Dog's come out with a kidney support diet. So it's got amazing detoxifying herbs and mushrooms and things. So that's going to be fantastic. I'll always remove chemicals in the household. So no plug-in air fresheners, careful of the chemicals in the garden.
Sprays.
In an ideal world, I would have purified water. There's lots of chemicals in tap water. So, or water fountains are quite a good idea as well. And then looking after those teeth.
And go natural. It's good for you and your pets. Thanks, Nicole.
Pleasure.
When it comes to choosing the right shampoo for your dog, always choose a dog-specific one, as their pH levels of their skin are very different to ours. Using a human shampoo can leave them vulnerable to parasites and bacteria, causing their skin to become dry and flaky, leading to scratching, which can then lead to sores and infections. Their coat can become really dry and dull as well. Secondly, look for shampoos that are soap-free and don't contain harmful chemicals, especially sulfates and parabens. Sulfates can strip away too much oil, whilst parabens have been linked to an increase in cancer. Choose products that use natural active botanicals and essential oils instead to gently cleanse and nourish your dog's skin and coat. And yes, this is the same for the products that we use on ourselves as well. I recommend the DGG range of shampoos and conditioners because they tick all of those boxes. There's a few to choose from though, so it also helps to know your dog's skin type. For normal skin that isn't too oily or dry, use a mild general purpose shampoo like their Everyday, Oatmeal, Shed Control, Relax or 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. For dogs with sensitive skin that are prone to allergies or irritations, then look for hypoallergenic options such as the DGG Oatmeal, Goat's Milk, Relax or puppy shampoos and conditioners. Dry, flaky skins can benefit from oatmeal or aloe vera to soothe and hydrate their skin. So the oatmeal, hemp oil, Shed Control, Goat's Milk and 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner can help here. Whilst dogs with oily skin or skin folds may benefit from shampoos designed to control that excess oil, bacteria and also reduce odours such as their tea tree, oatmeal and everyday shampoos. Some extra tips. If you have a dog with white hair, you can use their whitening shampoo and conditioner to brighten the coat and remove stains, whilst their detangling sprays can help dogs with thick, long or curly hair. Remember to always brush your dog before wetting them to avoid making any mats worse. Rinse off the shampoo and conditioner properly and be sure to dry them thoroughly. Head to the DGG website to learn more about the range and download their free grooming guide. And you can find the range in your local pet specialty store, including Petstock.
Dogs love to chew, so it's important we divert this natural instinct to something appropriate rather than your favourite pair of shoes. Chew toys provide dogs with mental and physical stimulation, and they play a role in promoting good dental health. For the tough chewers though, it can be hard to find one that lasts. If this sounds like your dog, then check out the Tasty Bone Trio range like Darcy is. They even offer a 100-day chew guarantee. The odd shapes are designed to satisfy a dog's urge to gnaw, and the grooves and ridges are intended to gently cleanse and massage the gums. Tasty Bone Trios are made from 100% virgin nylon rather than chemically treated nylon used in some other brands, and they're infused with human-grade flavours made from 100% herbs and spices with no animal content, salt, sugar, additives or preservatives. As a dog chews the nylon bones, small rice-sized pieces will naturally shave off. These pieces are completely safe if your dog happens to ingest them. They'll just pass through the intestines without causing any harm. So don't be surprised if you notice some in your dog's poo. To avoid the risk of obstruction or lodgement though in the intestines, chew toys should be too large to swallow. If and when the bone becomes smaller than the dog's mouth, it should be removed immediately and disposed of. Choosing the right type and size of bone for your dog and their chewing style is therefore essential. It's also recommended to supervise chewing sessions. Dogs' gums are similar to humans in that they'll bleed more easily if they're inflamed due to tartar buildup. So if you do notice bleeding after chewing, it's time for a vet visit to check those pearly whites and ensure that they're not overdue for a professional clean. If you find that your dog gets bored with a trio bone, remember, dogs are ruled by their noses, so you can reactivate the smell by just popping it in a bowl of warm water. Even better, the Tasty Bone Trio range guarantees that if your dog gets through one of these in under 100 days, you could just return it to a pet stock store for reimbursement, if that's where you purchased it. It's your responsibility though to ensure that you've selected the correct size for your dog, because let's face it, a Chihuahua's jaw is very different to that of a Staffy or a Great Dane. You can find the Tasty Bone Trio range at your local pet stock store or on their website. You want it now? Now finished, you want it.
Would you like to win a Pawson prize pack worth over $2,500? One lucky person will win a year's supply of Big Dog pet foods, Antinol Plus, NextGuard Spectrum monthly chews, plus a $250 Petstock gift voucher, $500 worth of DGG grooming and apparel, $300 worth of VitaPet treats, and a signed copy of Eat, Play, Love Your Dog. Plus, there's 5 consolation prizes up for grabs too. To enter, sign up to our e-news and name one of the charities featured this series. Visit poochesatplay.com.
Hey, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Lara, what are you doing?
Nothing?
Join us next week for some more fun.